Hi, hello, good evening, and good day, whatever it is, wherever you are. That is a wrap on Big Brother Reindeer Games. I gotta say, this was a hoot and a half. This was a holiday hoedown. This is a jingle jam. What else I got? This is a Christmas. Shoot. Should have just stopped there. Anyway, good times. Good times.
A snowflake sleigh ride, sleigh down. I don't know.
Oh, okay. A snowflake sleigh.
Snowflake
A winter,
A Christmas carnival.
Winter. Yeah.
A Christmas carnival.
A Christmas carnival. I like it.
And a pre-birthday turn up.
And I love
Girl.
it. Yes, it is, because it's Gina's birthday eve. And we are here now to discuss the fact that no podcast really won the Reindeer Games. Strat Chat most certainly did better than y'all, so sorry about it.
What a hit. What a hit.
Yes. Right? Smash hit. Now that's the real holiday hoedown, right? Scratch that. And we are joined by our pod besties. Who all gonna be there? They gonna be there, especially we talking reindeer games. I am your boy Kyle Petty, and I'm joined as always by my bestie John Dunphy Hale and Gina Morgino Martinez. And obviously we have Drees, we have Eric, and we have Eli from the Who All Gonna Be There podcast. What are we recapping on tonight? Where were we the last time we all chatted? That was last week. That feels like so long ago.
It really does.
It's been a week.
It's been a week. A long time ago.
It has been a whole week. Yeah,
it feels like a whole season has happened.
Yeah, so much has gone on. And the format of this is like, who plotted this whole thing out? Because whoever they are, where were you when we did Big Brother 25? Where were you with these other things? Because this was laid out so incredibly. Even our path, like to our final four, like that actually went to the Reindeer Games. Like Tuesday's episode was like, I thought honestly like fantastic.
Yeah.
We had our five. You had that naughty or nice challenge where you had to like look around the house for the key that's now going to fit to get into Santa's lair.
You in his lair. I need you to let it
go. James started watching the show earlier today, and he was like, "I love that they call it Santa's Lodge," and I was like, "We do not call it Santa. That's not his name.
It's not his name.
Santa's lair, please.
It's lair. It will forever be lair. I don't care what they say.
If you listen in next season."
He was like, you should be like using a different L name. It's Santa's lair. It's Santa's loft. I was like, no, it's
Santa's
lair.
lagoon.
It's lair.
Lagoon, Santa's lanai. Whatever we want it to be. Oh
gosh.
And Nicole won this challenge.
I thought y'all said she couldn't win nothing.
She was winning comps in 16.
Oh, no, she can win. She's just not
when she
didn't want her to.
She wanted to win, and what she did, went out there and won, huh?
What a mess.
Indeed.
Honestly, I feel like it sullied the entire season for me. Like, the way that this whole Reindeer Games turned out, I'm like so upset. Like,
I'm not even upset. I can't.
You're not upset, huh?
No. I'm a Nicole fan based off principle and loyalty, but the girl played the game like she did what she said she was gonna do. She actually stuck to her word, being a girl's girl this time for the first time in her life, her BB life. She
played the hell out of these competitions, you know. Yeah,
and then she took out her two biggest threats.
Did she play the hell out of these competitions? How many did she actually win?
One,
I feel like Nicole got pretty lucky.
Three.
The key one, we'll give her credit. I don't
the
give
last
her credit.
one,
That's
3?
one key.
Right. Like I feel like Nicole was saved Nicole was saved over Xavier by Xavier's whole alliance at one point. Then she was taken to the Final Four by Taylor.
Social game.
Social game is still game.
Yeah. I thought that was going to be Brittany. Watching that, I'm like, oh, it has to be Brittany.
Yeah,
it was not Brittany.
And then it makes sense too, because I was giving her a hard time about that tweet, Taylor, when she was talking about, the reason why I chose to save Nicole is because I needed to get out Xavier. Like, now in hindsight, it makes sense now that we see that Nicole was needed to take out Xavier in the reindeer game. So now I see what she's saying, because when she was first explaining, I was like, that don't make no sense.
Stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. I just listen. Nicole did well. Obviously, she won, but I don't know if Nicole's game is all that impressive. Let's be honest here.
It's all that in a bag of chips.
Oh, you're so right. You're so right. It's the reindeer games. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, Nicole's the new GOAT 2-time winner. It's still reindeer games. It's fun. It's not like people were.
I would never call her.
People were crying over this game.
She did not win 2. This don't count.
No, it don't count.
She leading them all close. I'm never giving that credit. I'm never gonna do
that. She said she won 1 regular season. She won 1 spinoff. That's the closest I'm gonna get.
3 finales out of the 4 Big Brother productions she's done. So.
Yes, and as much as I don't like her, I do want to give her a couple of flowers in the sense that she does constantly present herself as the person who can't win comms. She can't do this. She can't do that. And that is the reason why people carry her through. And then she does it. There is something to be said for that.
She cried too much for me.
Comment on her character. I still think she's a terrible lady. And even just giving her the title of lady is a little giving.
She's always been Snake Cold to me. So
yeah, I mean, I will say she's also benefited from who has done well. I mean, like Cody and Enzo in the All-Stars, they did really well. They won competitions. They made it to the end, and they chose to drag Nicole to the end. If some of those competitions went well, it went in a different way. The people that won them might not have dragged Nicole along. Like, I think Nicole has gotten very lucky in her Big Brother career.
Did they really drag her because they could have taken her out, and they knowing she was a winner, knowing how she plays the game, they could have taken her out in the triple, and they elected not to. That was stupid.
Yeah. And social game is still game. If you downplay your strengths, despite the fact that you have showed they are your strengths that many times, to the point where people believe you, like, there's something there.
She hasn't missed, and it's not a sweet miss like Cerie's miss. It's more like when you go to like the lagoon, or it's the eerie mist, or you go a witch's brew type.
She has a
mist.
Sympathetic miss. Sorry for her. That's the miss she has. That's what I'm thinking. Like, they'd be like, let's just go and bring forward.
She bewitches them, is what she does.
How did you become
right?
Word for reindeer games? Lagoon.
That happened so fast.
We sound like we in Halloween Town and not the reindeer games.
So good. All right, so Nicole won, and that gave her the advantage to like exclude someone from the first Jingle Bell Brawl. And she selected Xavier to sit out, and this is where hold on.
We skipped right over somebody else's elimination.
Yeah, the whole first Monday's episode.
Because see, we did that on Monday. I already had.
We did.
I was gonna say, excuse me. Excuse me.
Look, she like my name, people.
Right.
My name.
I mean, so Josh is gone. I don't even remember the terms that happened with that. It's been a crazy week.
Nicole took him out.
The little tiebreaker.
Oh, right on that candy cane.
The candy cane took him out, but
honestly,
when they fell at the same exact time, but Josh,
Gina, you should have just let that one go, because that was really not a good moment for Josh.
Yeah.
Listen. I'm going to say, he didn't win the reindeer games, but there is something to be said about the fact that the fan base who so desperately could not stand him up until this point has been won over by him. Like there's a big win there for Josh.
Yep.
I agree with that, because I was not team Josh. I was just like, he's
couldn't agree more.
I've been screaming into the void, and I finally have people on my side.
You got an army now.
Pretty rich coming from Gina, who calls herself Gina Morgino Martinez, and didn't even want to pick him for the reindeer games. Had to be convinced by me and Kyle to pick him.
To be clear, I wanted to pick him. I thought you did not want me to pick him.
Gina, I'm right there with
Eli
you.
situation.
I'm right there with you.
I'm right there with you. You're the Eli of the pod.
I'm right there with you.
Yes.
Because we legit was like, you can choose what you feel like is best. Go with Nicole, because your heart is telling you, Nicole, go with it.
I got made fun of constantly for saying Nicole.
We'll continue to be.
I told you,
I'm Nicole Defender.
I don't care if I knew.
If we're playing as a team and two people don't want somebody, I'm not gonna just pick him because I want him.
We never said we didn't want him. We never said we didn't want him.
I needed the clarification. All right, I got it. We got him.
Right.
Well, now in hindsight, I wish we hadn't. Because I'm sorry. Like Josh, you've not played the challenge how many times, and you couldn't stay on somebody candy cane longer than Nicole Franzel.
But here's the thing, though, Kyle. He got a little more muscle mass, and that thing did get the moving fast. Now I didn't.
That momentum took him
Nicole's
out.
over here talking about her strategy in this. She goes, "Oh, let me just move along with it so I don't tire out." Josh, why does she have more experience in something like this than you? Like you have done so much more than this. You can't swing on a cane.
All right.
Really
I do think
should have just let Gina not pick her.
An hour. It's not like
I do think
off right away.
No, I do think that
I don't care how long it was. You could say it was 3 hours. It was still Nicole Franzel.
Right.
He wins endurance comps though.
I think that because it was somebody like Nicole that he was up against, that he wasn't thinking so much about strategy. Like I felt like he thought I'm a big strong guy. If I just stand up here and hold on to this thing as hard as I can for as long as I can, I'm going to win no matter what.
Mm-mm.
And I feel like, so he tired himself out too early because he underestimated Nicole, I think, in this sort of challenge. And I felt like if he had the same sort of strategy as Nicole early on, he probably would have ended up winning because he would have had more energy, more strength later. Yeah. But I think that he wasn't taking it serious enough, maybe.
I don't know. I feel like it was more of a situation of I don't know if they were tired. Of course, they were up there for an hour, but that candy cane was jerking.
It was moving.
Right.
It flung them. It's not like he tired out and just dropped. He got flung off.
Yeah.
He did. They was ready to cut that in. All right, let's put this in overdrive.
And the only difference is Nicole's 5'1", so she fell down like a feather, where Josh just fell down like a.
Yeah. He got all this muscle mass.
Bricks.
Gravity tells us he's hitting it first before she did. Regardless if they fell at the exact same time, he was always going to fall first if they fell at the same time.
I felt like it was very extreme. The change, by the way, and how that candy cane was moving to all of a sudden.
Production said, "Hey,
yeah,
we're running out of film. Wrap it up."
There was it's
almost time to clock out.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
that would be fun to control that.
I was gonna say, how fun would it be to be like?
Yeah, how do I get that job?
Exactly. Where do I apply for that one?
Fall. Imagine if they're like, "Fall, Nicole, fall, get off the."
And did all that just for Josh to go home.
Sad to see him go, but we were happy for the draft.
Oh man, we just lost Kyle.
I think he's having a technical difficulty.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, he'll be back. But yeah, where do we go from here? So Nicole beats Josh, sends Josh out. That left us with what was it? Nicole, Taylor,
Brittany,
Frankie and
X. Yeah, so
now
left us
we're
our final five.
Was talking about before, with the having someone.
That was the key challenge. That's right.
Final five though. The final five is everybody's different. Everybody has different strengths. Everybody has different weaknesses. So this was a really good. If this was a regular season, this 5, I'd be like, oh, okay, I could get with this.
Absolutely.
Everybody got their different way. Well, for some had the same pass. Like X had to win his way through. Frankie won his way and had social game. Brittany had strictly social game. Taylor had social game and she won stuff. Nicole won stuff and had social game. So it was like we really had a variance.
Wasn't no deadbeats. I'll say that. That's a surprise.
Right.
Nobody got drafted.
I just think people were happy that Cam wasn't there and Cody wasn't there because I don't know. Once those two left, it's like, oh, if Danielle was in that final 5, we would be like, oh, what an amazing final 5. Even Josh revitalizing his image, that would have been like, oh, an amazing final 5.
Facts.
Right. No, it's totally true. God, what was the naughty and nice challenge for them though? What was that?
It was the drinking competition, right?
That's right. And Taylor dominated at this. That's right.
Yeah.
I was getting nervous though at one point because it seemed like Taylor, like they made a point to say that like Taylor was like, oh, like I have a very good palate. Yeah, I'm a connoisseur, and then like it seemed like she wasn't doing that well, like in the first couple of but she like started to kill it after that. Like she like totally ran away with this, and I was really happy to see it.
One thing too, we forgot. Queen Tiffany Mitchell became the last elf. Okay,
she looks so good, so good. Ooh, she looks my gosh, she was wearing her little Santa suit, elf suit, whatever she was doing it.
I still don't know why she didn't post herself in the suit. Did she end up posting it? Because she looked good.
I saw. She looked.
You know what I thought about? Because we were all waiting. I think when they were putting out all the promo, they were still filming, so they didn't get her shot yet. Because they ended literally like. Yeah, because I remember when Taylor did that live, that was while the show was already going on. Oh, when Cody got evicted, they were still filming.
Yeah.
I want to say it was like an episode or two left.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
I didn't realize it was that late. I thought it was all wrapped before we started.
No. Yeah, it was definitely still
met up and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, when the premiere aired, they still hadn't finished everything. Like it was still going on. Yeah,
that's why. Yeah.
But Tiffany, I gotta tell you, very, very hot elf. My goodness.
So
she had so much fun doing it too. Like she was reading the scripts well. She threw her own. She had commentary. She was laughing at their misery. She got the magic special effects. Like she was poofing the stuff up. Like she had it all.
I mean, she could just be the permanent like BB Reindeer host. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at.
Well,
you're saying do anything.
you're saying BB Reindeer host. I gotta be honest. I would love Tiffany as just the Big Brother host.
You know what?
Julie can retire.
I love her. Julie could have retired 4 years ago.
Yeah.
No. I feel like they're getting ready for Taylor to have that position. That's
really
a lot of people have been saying that they want that.
Who said that? So. I didn't say that.
I just said that just now, so that's one person.
Socials.
I didn't hear none of that.
She's the most of the last 5 seasons. I mean, you have the cookout, of course, but like thing is strictly individual. She's the most like crazy story, fun story.
Nah, like, she wouldn't be bad. She would be a good host. I'm talking mess, but she would be a good host.
It's all about hearing about the show.
My only issue, I would say, with her being, I want the host to know the game in depth. I just don't feel like she knows it as well as a lot of other people who could be hosts. And I don't think she's
though.
I don't think she's going back. I don't think she's going back.
Was Arissa a super fan? Was Arissa a super fan?
No, I just don't think she's in detail though. Like the whole Frankie and
do Julie
Nicole
really know the game?
Cody relationship.
Ask
Julie to get an update every single time she gets a show. So what happened?
Ask Julie to name 15 players that were before BB10.
That's different.
I feel like Julie has to show up on set and be like reminded of what's actually been going on all week.
She definitely don't watch feeds no more. I can give you that. She definitely don't watch.
Oh, for sure.
She used to watch them. She used to watch them, but she don't watch them no more.
Gosh dang, Les Moonves.
Yeah,
whatever
when she became Moonves, I think she was like, "I'm dipping."
You know what I heard about Santa though? I heard that Santa is the voice of the narrator.
Yeah.
From, like,
I was shouting that out.
I definitely clocked that. Yeah, I definitely clocked that. Big Brother. You could definitely hear the similarities in the voice for sure. Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome.
Crazy.
I still would like to see Donnie Thompson as Santa Claus, but I don't know.
Donnie? Why would Donnie be?
Because Donnie is Donnie. We love Donnie. He would have been a great Santa Claus.
He's old and he got a beard.
But we need a chunky man. Donnie
they got big suits.
I guess.
This is also supposed to be a family show. We don't want to ruin the illusion of Santa by having Donnie come on.
How is that
ruining
the
actually
illusion?
look like it's actually
because he don't look like Santa at all.
Oh
right.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it, but he like 5'8", like tiny.
Right, I think that's why everyone was really milking the whole like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Santa's here. It's like, hey, no, come on. Oh, Josh going on, Santa gave me my first bike, he gave me my first this, and it's like, this is for the kids watching at home, so they're not spoiled.
You mean like that was Santa himself?
That was
I hear what you're saying.
That's him
right.
For sure.
And he selected Tiffany. to be his elf ambassador and friends. What DX and what's her name?
Jordan.
And
I'm gonna leave Jordan alone.
I keep trying to tell y'all, it's not her fault. She had Hebrew linked scripts and scrolls for what she had to read. Okay,
she had to explain the whole game, what was gonna happen.
Poor girl.
Ooh, wait, can I share something real quick?
Of course.
I saw an interview that DX did, and as he was hosting, he's like, I don't think they'll ever ask me back again because he was ad-libbing so much, but he was like, but this sounds better. And they're like, no, can you just read the script how it goes? He's like, but this is better. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm cracking up.
I like that he doesn't want to be scripted though. Like he's trying to do his own thing.
Too.
I like that.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
I gotta be honest, I find DX pretty annoying.
Oh, you got beef with DX?
No beef. I just don't really care for him. I don't know. I don't care. I just don't care for him.
Agree to disagree.
Oh my god.
I'm kind of in the middle. Like, I don't care for DX, nor do I like him. Wait, that's the same thing.
So it sounds like we're on the same page.
I don't care for DX, nor do I like him.
Sounds like we're on the same page.
I was like, as soon as that came out my mouth, I said, now, wait a minute.
That ain't what I meant.
I like DX. I just wasn't.
I like him a lot.
Nah, he's
wasn't
cool.
rooting
He's just
for him.
boring.
I could have rooted for him.
I just don't care. Like, I feel like so many people love DX, and I'm just like, whatever. Like,
that's probably what turns me off about him, because why do y'all like him? No, yeah.
I think
he's a positive person. Like, he's just real positive.
I think what really turned me off to him too was like, it seemed like DX was like screaming at Claire all throughout the Amazing Race, and I was like, why are you yelling at her? Yeah, like it was just, it was very annoying.
So you got beat for him because of Amazing Race.
To derail things for a brief moment, Tiffany literally just posted her pictures as we're having this conversation.
Go ahead, Tiff.
Yes, she looks so good.
I think she was the best looking elf.
She looks.
By far.
Yeah,
by far.
And she had the magic special effect. Like we said, they amped her budget up when she came out as the elf ambassador.
Those magical nogs. Did you guys talk about the nogs?
We did.
We breezed past it a little. We didn't really get into it.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it. I'd be throwing up too.
Oh, you want to know what's funny?
A gross eating competition. Couldn't be.
I heard eggnog for some reason. I was like, ooh, because I'm an eggnog fiend. So I'm like, oh, I want to do this challenge. I feel bad that X is sitting out. And then the first eggnog they said, and they're like, yeah, we got sardines in here, anchovies. I was like, oh my goodness, X is
mouthful of
lucky man that he just gets to watch.
I don't like eggnog on its own already.
Eggnog is gross.
Regular eggnog, I'd be out. But and then you put gross things in it? No, please, I'll be sitting out.
Yeah, that's
love eggnog.
This was
eggnog.
This was the only thing from the season that I enjoyed Nicole in, because every time that she was like,
oh my god.
I'm like, and I was like, I'm glad she's suffering.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I cannot listen to
that. Was driving me nuts.
Yeah, definitely muted.
Sorry, the entire country smiles when we see Nicole Franzel having a hard time.
Oh my god.
Prepare to be sick of me, because if I'm on the food comp, I'm just like that. I'm gonna be retching and everything else because I can't do nothing.
Texture.
I'm gonna just guess without tasting.
Smells.
Is that an option to taste without tasting?
I ever had a Chinese food milkshake? No. Nor do
that
I
might be
good milkshake.
That might be good eats.
Matt, who does
that? Might be good drinks. Hold up.
No, don't be horrible. Crazy.
That might not be horrible.
Don't encourage this kind of stuff.
They did a sushi one.
Yeah,
Chinese food,
and they
Chinese
like
food
it
would be better than a sushi eggnog. A Chinese milkshake.
Right. You know
if I had a choice,
all right, Eli. The first time you come out to New York, the first time you come over, I'm gonna put some milk in a blender. I'm gonna take a whole sesame chicken combo platter.
That might be good eat.
Some lo mein.
You better drink down the whole thing.
Some lo mein, some egg rolls, some spring
Eli
rolls.
might just try it.
I'm gonna try it. Matt ain't say if it was good or not. He just said he tried it. So
yeah, but you said it's good, so that's on you now.
Excited.
That is on me. That is
not good.
You eat that nasty whatever salad that you call yourself making for Thanksgiving, so you probably would like.
Hey, not my 7-layer salad.
Nasty.
What is a 7-layer
Y'all
salad?
eat 7-layer salad?
What is that?
All right.
See?
Tell them what it is, Eli.
1 layer. So you got lettuce, of course, and you got green onion, celery, and then you put a frozen bag of peas in there.
Frozen.
And then you layer that with like a big lot of mayo. And then you cook up some lots of mayo. You sprinkle some sugar on the mayo, some seasoning salt. Then you put bacon and eggs on top, and it's a good salad. It is an excellent salad.
No, wait, hold on, John. How do you feel about that salad?
I hate everything about it.
Ain't no one like it.
With love and respect, I'm out.
People won't eat this.
But it's excellent. I'm telling you. One day y'all gonna have it be like, this ain't that bad. I'm making it on Christmas. I'm making it for Christmas.
The Edwards.
Right, y'all the only one. No. I want you to get a picture so when we off stream, so you can show them when we get it. So
I got you.
I don't think he's serious. I don't think he's serious.
I feel like
serious.
I feel like each one of those ingredients on its own is fine, but together, it's just vile.
The secret is the frozen peas, because of course, like
peas.
it thaws a little, because you throw the peas on frozen, then you let it like rest for a day, so the peas are like crunchier and like crisper. They're like refreshing. Peas. No, they aren't crunchy, but they're like burst mushy. In your mouth type of. No, they are mushy. That's why they're frozen. If you were to cook them, they'd be mushy, but they're not mushy because you froze them.
But can't you just like fry the peas up and like, make them crunchy that way?
It's a salad. We got bacon for the cooked crunch. That's what the bacon's for.
Pass. From 17 live viewers to 4 over this salad.
One day.
Like, you know what? Good night.
And they're like, yeah.
Hey, when Gordon Ramsay makes a 7-layered salad and people paying $100 for it, you know what?
Oh my god! Even Matt,
Ramsay would have cussed me out. He kicked me out because I'd be like, "What the hell is this?"
Oh man, how am I getting kicked on someone else's stream? I get kicked off on our stream all the time. I'm used to it. Kick me if you need.
Oh my god.
Matt's a real one for sticking with us, but we lost 13 viewers, 13 live viewers during the description of that salad.
We lost 1,300 viewers, y'all. 1,300.
That's so funny.
Oh my god.
It's good eats, I promise.
Wow.
I promise.
The last time we would ever see that salad.
I'm sweating.
Oh, I am too. Oh my god. I'm fine. I'm defending the salad like I was Nicole Francis.
Like I was Nicole Francis.
That's what Nicole purchased her $100K. She said, "You know what? I'm making a 7-layer salad."
Oh man.
Oh god.
Oh my Lord Jesus.
Oh man.
So where were we at? Eggnog,
It just threw us off.
Nicole was about to throw. So we went from Nicole throwing up to my 7-layer salad. That's crazy. But
yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah. Correlates.
Taylor, who won that? Taylor ended up winning that.
She did.
Taylor won, yes.
On her fish fillet guess.
Ooh. Yes. Taylor won. I think it's also worth noting, though, Frankie's strategy in this. He's like, listen, I don't taste things. I don't whatever. I'm just going to go with color. What looks like this color? I thought that was smart.
So honest. When he first said it, I was like, what an idiot. Obviously, if you mold all of those,
it's going to be brown.
It's going to be brown. Like, doesn't matter. There's brown. Combining a bunch of... That's stupid. And then he immediately got it right. And I said, okay, well, I'm just going to shut my mouth.
You're like, well.
I was upset that Frankie didn't use context clues, because on that last guess, he's like, he guessed tuna, so obviously he tastes fish, but it was fish fillets or whatever, and it was a fast food guess, so why would you guess tuna on a fast food thing?
Right.
I mean, yeah.
But Taylor Hale wins.
Taylor Hale wins, and she also won the opportunity, the chance, the right to select somebody else now to go into the Reindeer Games with her automatically. And in this moment, she chose Nicole.
She did.
obviously, in retrospect, we know that wasn't the best decision. But what did you think of it then when she made it? I still think she should have chose Brittany.
I thought it was stupid.
I thought she was going. I thought for sure she was choosing Brittany because I'm like, girl, Brittany you can beat her easily in the Reindeer Games. You want to take who you can beat. Let Nicole battle it out. And Frankie and battle it out with Xavier. Like, that's just easy.
Right.
Nicole had a high chance of going home too in that comp.
Which one was it again?
So part 1 was the guessing of like the singers and all that type of stuff, and then they had the little billboard where they had to kick it down.
Right.
Yep.
This was a painful watch.
Wait. How did Frankie get safe then?
During the questions one, they had
that's
questions
what we
on like
the second one. Yeah, the second game. That's what it was.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which was fun. That one was fun. I want to know though, where did this budget come from? We had these little screens with the numbers and everything. Usually, everybody has to put their little cards up and then keep their own track of the score. It's like, why can't we get this to
LED lighted?
Listen, I know where the money came from.
Julie shouting, "Reset, please reset."
That's where that money came from, the feed. That's why BBUS, you should never get rid of feeds because that's where the money came from. I'm convinced. And also, you know they're gonna go up.
Some tea, I believe Josh mentioned, Miss Martinez, your husband, was saying that they had a different game maker that was kind of having input on the competitions for this.
It shows.
Season.
We need to fire the old one.
Right. You have a chance next season.
You for all the rest of the season.
If nothing else, this season, this whole Reindeer Games experiment should be a message to production that when you equalize the competitions and you make it equitable so you have no idea who is going to win or how it's going to shape things up, it makes it so much more exciting to watch because you don't know automatically how things are going to go because anybody can win. And when anybody can win, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
For sure, because looking just at the final 4, I automatically said X or Frankie's winning. Duh. Easy.
Yeah.
Looking at the cast, that was like
yeah.
They got this in the bag.
The whole end game was puzzles. The whole thing was puzzles.
And thought processes and
just giving
something together. And
it was funny because, like, based on the last name that I've chosen, the hyphenated last name, I clearly wanted Taylor. But like when you guys chose X first, I was super disappointed because that's who I wanted. That's who I thought was going to win, and I was like, all right, you guys picked X, we just lost. But but what happened tonight was the whole cast came back that had been eliminated already. They're waiting there to see who got eliminated from the final 4 first.
They think?
And Frankie and X are the first ones to come running out.
And everybody's
it's like, like it was a shock. And like that's as a viewer and clearly as a cast member is super exciting because it's like
so much more fun.
Frankie and X get knocked out in the end. And it's like, could you imagine if this final 4 that we had in BB25, Matt and Jag were the first ones eliminated from that final 4. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm so happy.
And Bowie Jane in the final 2. Oh my gosh, we're so back.
Like, it's just, I don't understand why you wouldn't want to have more equitable comps. Like, in a main stage season of Big Brother, like, why wouldn't you want to make this more exciting and more of like a mystery of like who could possibly win? Like, why do you want people to go into the final week of your season being like, all right, well, clearly it's going to either be Jag or it's going to be Matt, and that's just how it's going to be.
We literally went into each week like, child, we know who fits to win that veto. We know who fits to win this HOA.
Yeah, like,
and very rarely were we shocked.
And on this season, it was so cool to see, like, I mean, of course, Nicole's Nicoleing, like, oh, there's no chance I win.
Girl.
Well, what did Nicole do? She kicked butt time and time again. We even saw that with Brittany.
Don't win either. We did not think so.
Like, for someone to be like, oh, I don't got a chance. Like, I'm not going to win. And for them to overcome, like, Brittany, that was such a moment. And that's something that BB has been robbing from us just with their lack of equitable comps.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Couldn't agree more.
I hope you heard that, production.
Listen, yes,
because we checking the
Brittany
list.
Swinging, trying to hit those little things though was painful.
I was just like,
Somebody
if she had, I want to know, like, do you think it was just editing? Like, it felt like it took a long time from what we saw. It took a long time for people to tell Brittany, like, swing this way instead of that way. You know, like, and if she had done that earlier, it felt like she could have won that competition.
That's what she said.
Like, do you think
that last piece?
Was it just editing though, or do you think that like it actually took that long for anybody to help Brittany?
I wonder if it was something like they were saying it, but you know, when you're in the moment, you're like, nah, like I'm so locked in and I only know my way. You don't think they'll just run across and kick it there, where she was just trying to kick it.
Right. Did she hear them? I couldn't tell if she was responding to them when they were telling her what to do. So I'm like, could they have just been talking amongst themselves and they just made it seem like they were telling her what to do?
I'd be yelling if I want Brittany to beat X and take down X. Hell yeah!
But then that goes back to John's point, though. Like they would have done that sooner, then, right? So
I wonder if they would have done it sooner, though, because you also don't know what is coming down the pike, and I really don't want to be that vocal rooting for anyone because I don't know who's going to win this. Like, maybe I should just be quiet. So, that's like, because there is that social element to this whole thing. It's like, well, I heard you shouting for her. That means you're kind of shouting against me.
Yeah,
you know?
Kinda is.
So, yeah, so it's that's kind of like a tricky. So maybe it took a little while before they kind of get started because they're like, you know, we just feel so bad.
Yeah, and that's fair.
In a situation like this. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's definitely fair. But I'm just wondering, like, in a game like this, like where there's no clear, like, it's not as big of a cast. There's no clear like alliances, like. We've seen some alliances, but they're not really working together. It seems like X has been screwed over by his alliance the whole time and stuff. You know, like, and I feel like if there's 5 people left and 2 of them are in this Santa showdown, and there's 3 people watching, and it's like, not one of them would be like, Brittany, do this instead. You know, like I don't know,
right?
Like even if it's good,
X can do. We already in the reindeer games at this point,
right?
Yeah, no, totally fair.
Bless her heart, because she
was trying to kick it at the start. Oh man,
I'm trying to think. Really, the only really like I guess alliance Brittany really had left at that point was Nicole, and I think this proves the point. Nicole is not a girl's girls, and I'm gonna be very real. I don't think that's a big problem, but Nicole only moves toward people that's gonna help advance her game. And I think she would think, Brittany ain't gonna help me. So I feel like if anybody was gonna say anything, would have been Nicole. No,
I think she wanted to stay quiet because she like, Taylor.
She don't want to show her cards,
right? So I don't think that means she's not a girl's girl. Well, she not. I mean,
I don't think she's a girl's girl.
But I mean, she did prove that she can be this season.
True.
But I just think Nicole is just not somebody that's gonna say she ain't gonna be saying nobody. Her baby could be up there swinging, and she ain't gonna be cheering.
And she'd be like.
Sorry.
Good job. Not for real.
She ain't gonna be.
She do not like to show cards. Right.
Nope.
But yeah. So how did this one end?
Xavier won a puzzle, not beating her like badly, like we thought, because she was able to catch up once she got her momentum and she got all the pieces down. She actually assembled her puzzle quite quickly. As opposed to X, who almost got Jeff Clown Shoe too by his piece being stuck right there or japed because his piece is right there in front of him. And he's still steady going back over to that pile and he can't find his last piece.
Yeah. This has been choking in some of the comps. Because you had the maze thing that he had 4 minutes to do,
he's
almost
rushing.
choked in that.
He's rushing.
Yeah. But
I gotta say, Xavier is not as attractive in all this as I thought he was going to be. Sorry, I'm just saying. Like, I just feel like, yes, he had his wins and everything here, but he definitely struggled in things I didn't expect him to, and I was always a little bit surprised over the people that did beat him. Like when I go back to that other snowflake thing, and like he only had a couple of seconds left before he was about to be out. And then Brittany had a minute left. And still had all that time to drop to her knees and cry. And, she had mad time, and the clock's still clicking.
She whooped him.
I mean, I might not be remembering it clearly because it was so long ago, but I feel like none of his wins were really puzzle wins on his season. Like I feel like the puzzles are what tripped him up a lot on this. I feel like he was a strong physical competitor. I don't remember if puzzles were a strong point.
No, puzzles were his thing. Y'all don't remember that first double eviction?
I really
ate that puzzle in 20 seconds. The veto that sent Alyssa home that guaranteed in the final 6. He assembled that puzzle like that.
But he was going against Alyssa.
He's good at puzzles.
Yeah. But in X's defense, also, like I felt like he was the one that was most screwed at times. Like, again, going back to his whole alliance wins that one challenge when Cody picks his team, and they choose Nicole to save over him. Like, I felt like there was a lot more pressure on X than a lot of other players. Like there were, he was put into 4 Santa showdowns, and he came back from all of them. And when we talk about Frankie being like the best competitor, and like Cody being a big competitor, X beat both of them in that one Santa showdown. Frankie got to stay in because he got second, and it was a 3-person showdown. But like, just think about it. Like, let's just say the rules were a tiny bit different, and in that Santa showdown, it was a double elimination, right? And X won that one, so both Frankie and Cody went out.
Yeah.
X would be like the biggest competitor in the whole show. You know what I mean? Like, he won multiple Santa showdowns. He won that last Naughty and Nights challenge. Like, I feel like X did very well, and his own alliance didn't have his back when they should have. And I feel like he,
and two, he had
a tough road.
Pressure, like you mentioned, I think not even just in this game, but just outside of this game. And I know we say what the fans and stuff, their perception shouldn't bother you, but I don't think you can't remove that sometimes going in, because his reputation was, if it wasn't for Tiffany and the cookout, X probably wouldn't have done as well in the season, which is true. We saw his social game, it ain't up there where it needs to be. And so he had a lot of that pressure. People like, let's see if X is as good as he say he is, or as good as everybody make him to me. And every time he gets sent down to this showdown, he like, dang, if I get sent down as the first, as the first black winner too, on top of that, because like, oh, you was a fluke. You only won stuff because you had this whole team behind you, and that's the only reason why you can win stuff. So he has to be camp. Like, that's pressure. Like, you go home to somebody who went home 9th place, you get home eliminated as the winner. Okay, so he beats Cameron, then he go back in there. He got to beat Cody and got to beat Frankie. So he goes, does that again. He gets in there. Oh, you get ready to let a hamster wheel take you out. It almost did, but it didn't. So he comes back from that. Then he had to go in against again. So it's like he had a lot of pressure outside and in the game.
Sure. But what's funny? X beat all the combies.
Right. I feel like,
yes. Hey, Brittany.
I feel like you can criticize X's game as much as you want, but I feel like he faced the most adversity and came out on top each and every time.
It got him to the Reindeer. He made it to the Reindeer
Nodding too emphatically.
He made it. He did what the goal obviously is to win, but the goal is to at least get yourself to the Reindeer Games, and he had to fight to get there.
Right. He was put into Santa's showdown, by his enemies. He was put in there by his allies. He came out on top every time to make it to the the final 4.
Dare I say he was an underdog?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not once he got to Santa to the Reindeer Games.
But I'm just talking about if you look at the game as a
target arc.
Yeah.
Having to dig from the bottom, and in my eyes, it was something like there's nothing he really could have done.
He was going in every time.
Because once you show yourself,
I would have put him in
a comp-oriented show, it's like you're going in every time, and either you get taken
eventually
out,
we have to get rid of
the next person.
And he was just scapegoated. It's like, we need you to take out such and such. You're the only one who can do it. And then in the DRs, but if you do go home now, we ain't gonna be too bad.
Ain't no problem.
That's fine too.
Yeah. Exactly.
Win-win. Win-win. So what happened tonight?
Nothing.
We did have
over.
a naughty night.
Nothing. Y'all have a good night. Merry Christmas. Happy birthday, Gina.
Oh no.
We had a lot of great moments up until the last 5 minutes. Yeah. Like, we really did. Like, I had a lot of cheering. I was like, my neighbors are definitely thinking that I'm watching somebody's sports game. I'm carrying on somebody's sports game because I'm just cheering and screaming, knocking over my wine.
It's getting rowdy.
I was having myself a good. Yeah, listen. Sure was over here in the Hampton Bays.
I'm with Liz. Like I like the house competitions. I wish they can make them a little more intricate, just to make them last a little longer, so they can actually be like house competitions. Or if they don't make them like vetoes or HOHs, they definitely should use those as incentive to naughty or nice somebody essentially in the regular season. Like give somebody a disadvantage, give somebody an advantage, or give yourself an advantage.
Or just random luxury comps. I don't care. Don't even put on the episodes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely missed those.
Because especially like this recent naughty or nice on this latest episode, it was like, hey, spot one difference in the paintings in the house. And they made it, I feel like they made it last longer than it was, because X checked one room, went downstairs, and was like, oh, that name's different. Immediately rang in.
Also, that just goes back to BB25 when everybody was counting stuff. Bring back the counting stuff. Bring back to pay attention to what's on the wall, to the airplanes, to the picture, to the phone.
Yeah.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Yeah. That should be like a double eviction, honestly.
How many elves on the shelf were there in Santa's lair? Like,
yeah.
How many snow globes in Blue's room?
Come on. How many
I'll never
points
stop
on
laughing at
Jack
Kansas
Frost
later.
Snowflake was on the hamster wheel? Like something.
There are so many other things that people could do with this. And like, we do see that in some of the international ones, though. Like, especially like Big Brother Canada. Like, they're really good, like hiding something in the plants, hiding something over here. Like, let's get some of that
something
kind
to
of
come
stuff,
up at the
like,
bottom
going.
of the floor. Like,
Yes, like this random veto. I would love to see a random like
whatever
stocking
Marsha the Moose.
I miss Marsha. I hope she makes a comeback.
Yeah, bring back Marsha.
I want to ask you guys about like what other holiday like spin-offs that you would love to see from Big Brother. Like, what do you think?
I think the only one that they can really do well, I feel like, would be Halloween. That would have as much impact. And I don't care for Halloween
season.
I think Easter would be a good one.
Oh, because the Easter Bunny. But how many puns can they really make with Easter?
You'd be amazed.
Big Brother producers, they know.
How dare you?
The hip hop hoedown.
You're doing excellent.
The hip hop hoedown.
Hoedown.
Yes. Come on,
You're
like
doing
the Easter Bunny, like
a
what?
bunnyful job. Like, I don't know.
What about
excellent? I don't know.
Right, that's
excellent.
Excellent. I just want to see the entire house just totally decorated like pastels.
Oh, I love pastels.
Little Easter eggs.
Yes.
So
what about?
Yes.
What about like this was like Big Brother Reindeer Games? What if they did like it was like Olympic season and they did like Big Brother Olympic Games?
That would that's a good idea.
Would that be equitable?
That would be dope.
Yeah.
And like I also feel like for Big Brother like Olympic Games, they could get other like international players. So like let's say they do like Big Brother US players, but also like Big Brother Canada, Big Brother UK, Big Brother Australia.
You just got an idea.
I'm in love.
Right? Wouldn't that be cool?
Write that, Big Brother.
Big Brother Olympic Games, and it's all players from like other countries that have played Big Brother.
USA,
that is an awesome idea.
Team Australia.
Oh, are we getting too close to that one challenge season that they did?
We don't care.
You're right. What they tried to do with Challenge USA. Is that what you're saying?
The World Championships.
The World Championships.
World Championship. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it would have to run at the same time as like the Olympic Games. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that would be dope.
Or at least like before the Olympics, because we don't want to, viewership is everything. So I know,
they always have downtimes because a lot of things. I'm an Olympic watcher, but some of these like events that we see, they're like on at like 4 a.m.
Right.
So they could easily be like, okay, let's put BB Olympics, on at 7. So I'd be very interested to watch it. That's a really good idea. I like that.
I just don't.
I love the idea of it. I'm concerned that it's going to now conflict with like the actual Big Brother season.
Yeah, they
because like
I'd be like, we'll just do these little quick ones.
No, I mean
exactly. I don't want to forego.
Make it a whole season though.
No, right? Like they do Winter Olympics. They do Winter Olympics.
Well, now hold on. Now, when you do the Winter Olympics, that's actually when we get Celebrity Big Brother. And like, while always love it.
Well,
I also don't want to like.
We've listen. We've had
another Reindeer Games-esque show to another celebrity.
Yeah, we've only had 3 celebrity seasons. We've had 25 regular seasons. I feel like we could forego the celebrity season for an Olympic season.
We already doing it this upcoming year. So.
I think it just becomes like an either or.
Yeah,
like it's either BB celebrity
no, listen,
season.
I hear that. I'm not totally. I'm not voting against.
I feel you, Kyle.
But I also kind of like, can we just also, instead of like negating Celebrity Big Brother at that stage, like, can we just get celebrities who actually know what this is?
Yes.
Celebrities that actually know what the game is. Like, because when you had like Marissa and Ross, like they understood it.
Yeah.
You can say what you want, but Tajik Hall understood the assignment. Baby. He knew what he was there to play.
I honestly like that, but also I wouldn't be opposed to just having celebrities do a version of Big Brother that is more like a Reindeer Games.
Yes.
I
wouldn't be mad at that either.
Okay.
I feel
I think it be a little bit longer. Like I don't want to just do
of course
just 2 weeks though. Can we get a month? Like
I think that putting celebrities into this kind of a format would work better than the Celebrity Big Brothers we've seen.
Because honestly, I know we like the drama and stuff, but I don't like a lot of the super toxic in real life implications that this last season brought. It was just too much going on. From the game, you know what I'm saying? Like it became personal, too real. Like it was spilling out into people's real lives, and I'm just like, this is not what we signed up to watch the show for. Like we don't need.
Yeah. I also feel like none of the celebrities that we've seen, even if there's been like a Celebrity Big Brother, have been in there for like the holidays. Like I feel like you could do a summer Big Brother regular season, and then like a Celebrity Big Brother in the fall, and then like winter time when the Olympics happen, you could do a Big Brother Olympics. I don't think they have to like overlap or overshadow each other. Like I don't think that anybody has to like miss out because of that.
Next season they'll do BB26, and then hopefully like we get a BB Reindeers. I mean, Michael Bublé did say I'll see y'all next year, so we'll see Reindeer Games in December.
Isn't it funny? Before this season, myself included, was like, I don't want no spinoff. What are we doing? And now just everyone's lining up. When's Reindeer Games 2? Who's your dream cast for the next Reindeer Games? And
I did pay very close attention to Santa saying that this is the annual Reindeer Games. And I was like, okay, so this is happening next year, right?
Yeah. They should have said the first annual. Come on. Let's see if it gets renewed.
Yeah, there was a couple.
I think those were like your Easter eggs,
like that, like
if you will.
Let it be an Easter egg, please.
Oh my God! You know what I like?
So maybe you're playing for $100,000 and an Easter basket.
Yeah. There you go.
Because you guys are all you're not mentioning the fact that it's not just that Nicole won $100,000. So she got something far more than that. She got to now go home with Santa's blessing.
Oh my gosh. Exactly. Did you see them make the
I really thought you was about
rise?
To say something because I'm like, what's better than $100K, Kyle?
Santa's blessing, of course.
Santa's blessing. That's what
you didn't see them all singing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas" and then his sleigh took off. Like that was beautiful. That's cinema
at home.
Right there.
I want the $100K.
Come on.
What was his blessing? Television. What did it include? What was all in the blessing?
Just well wishes for a good holiday season.
He didn't give her a little package in with the trophy and stuff. No blanket, no hot chocolate. No
she said Christmas. He ain't got time. He ain't got time.
I don't know about her, but
now that Christmas is safe, I gotta go. I have to go to work. We do. In a couple of days, I got stuff to do. I gotta check on the mail.
I would have been like, and where's Mrs. Claus? Santa.
You know what? I love
we got Bill Frost. Where's Mrs. Claus?
Okay, because this is her job to make sure Christmas is staying on track. Since you all over the place, she need to be over here running this shop to make sure that it's.
I love the fact that instead of talking about Nicole winning, we've been talking about new shows for the last 20 minutes.
Go off the rails. That is not shocking.
We have just completed a whole new series of Big Brother. We're like, oh yeah, by the way, she won.
I mean, we throw in a couple Reindeer Game mentions.
No, we had a very exciting episode tonight, though. We definitely did. We definitely did. Xavier won that naughty or nice thing, and that was powerful. What the hell was? Oh, that was the pictures around the house.
Yeah,
boring, not fun to watch. Not fun to watch, but good for him. Glad he won it.
I don't know. I like this. I actually liked it.
I like it too.
It was too short. It was literally like he rang the bell, got it right, and like
I don't. Finished. If I can't play along, I don't really like.
Yeah, but I thought it was interesting because I was thinking that like an actual painting was going to be different. But Xavier was able to pick up on, like, he studied enough to be like, oh no, the name under this painting has changed, so I know that that's the forgery. And I was like, wow, that's really good on X. Like, he did very well to figure that out.
And I think even if it didn't, it was just editing to cut down the time of like when he found out and stuff. I think they just wanted to show Nicole and Taylor struggling in the end. They wanted to really amp that up that it was anybody's game. So I think they probably just kind of sped through that. They're like, you better go home next round anyway, brother. So let me get your win.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed the other ones. We had the letters. We had to kind of figure out what the scrambled letters were. I felt like I could play along with that a little bit more. Just didn't mean anything to me. But yeah, kudos to X. Yeah, good for him. Good for him.
His last win.
It was his last win. It's the final
final
leg.
Which also, it might have tied him with comp wins for Frankie. Honestly, I don't. I have to look at it for the total number of wins for each. But between the Santa Showdowns, the Naughty and Nice competitions, the Jingle Bell Brawls, this put X up there as one of the top challenge winners. So
right. Interesting.
Congratulations to X, I suppose. This gave him the right to now select who was going to be going up against each other in the first part of our what do you call this? They didn't really have a name for this, just like the final competition.
Yeah, the semifinals or whatever.
The semifinals, yeah. No, they stopped the Santa Showdown last episode. They didn't really use that at all. I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
It was Reindeer Games semifinals or whatever. Like the Reindeer Games have started.
And then they just said something like the final showdown type deal with the remaining two.
Yeah. X got to decide who he was going to be playing against, and whoever he was playing against was now going to have a 30-second disadvantage. They would be starting the competition just a little bit after him. And then that would also now select the next two playing in these brackets. Now, I saw some discourse on the Twitter. Like, people didn't really like this and how this went.
It was just such a sudden change where I feel like I didn't mind it. It was just too random.
Until you talking. Merry Christmas. I will talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Merry Christmas.
Love you, Tristy. Love you, Gina. Ooh, love you, Tristy.
Hi guys. Peace. Love y'all.
Bye, Tris.
Love you.
Yeah,
she's supposed to leave it on her tree. What happened?
I think she's leaving. But
what?
It was just such a sudden change where I feel like it would have been interesting instead of splitting off to 2 and 2. Where the competitions were different, where it felt too random, where if it went from 4 to 3 to 2 and there's a showdown.
Thank you.
That would have just felt right. But
yeah, I agree. They should have all been in the same competition. The first, all 4 of them should have competed in that competition with the tick-tock, Chuck, whatever that was. And then after that, the person who was last to complete it, you gone. Third, now you go to the round. 3 people are competing against with the slingshot, shoot the elves down, and the loser of that, you out. And then we got our final 2. I think that would have made more sense. And what X Power should have been, instead of choosing teams, it should have been who get the, and they should have gave him an extra little wheel or something. I don't know.
Yes, honestly, I don't know. I kind of like the way that it worked out.
Oh yeah, I'm not anti the way it worked. I just feel like, I don't know. Imagine if X got a chance to potentially, his advantage was to see the comps and potentially pick one. I feel like that might have been more significant. Where it's like he got thrown into a comp where he got the advantage. Did the advantage really matter?
Also,
not really.
My question is, how did he win and him and his pair had to go first? How did that happen? Why they didn't get the weight go second? I won, so I should be able to go second. I shouldn't have to go to the first challenge.
I almost feel like the advantage should have been like, okay, here's what the 2 competitions are.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you want to do? You know, like, because I feel like I almost feel like getting the advantage and the one that he got was almost a disadvantage because it made you start to think about it more. Mm-hmm. Where should I place these gears? Oh, should I put this big one here? Should I put it there?
That one was hard.
Yeah, and it's like Nicole just was like, I have to start from the bottom and work my way up to the top. And it's like Xavier was like, oh, I should put this here, this there,
he was that there, the Christmas tree with the
right. I almost feel like he would have done better if he didn't have the advantage.
I also think he would have did better in the slingshot than he would have done in that.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely would have. Do you think especially because Frankie even said it in this episode. He was like, if I was Xavier, I would have gone up against him so I could take him out knowing I had a 30-second advantage. Like, if you were Xavier, would you have chosen to be like, hey, Frankie's the biggest threat. I can get a head start on him in this competition. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do it. Like, do you think he should have done that?
I don't know. Frankie said that Frankie would have chose to go against Taylor. He would have did the exact same thing because he wasn't going to go against Nicole. Right. So he's not going against He's just not. Frankie.
I don't know. It's so tricky because I think I was thinking about that at the time watching it. I was like, you know what? He could try to take Frankie out, but it's also like it's so random. I wouldn't have been mad if X was like, hey, let's go at it, Frankie. I'm taking you out. And in my mind, I can beat Taylor or Nicole, whoever makes it through.
Right. Because like if you're Frankie and Xavier and you, let's just say hypothetically, like they both think like we're the 2 best competitors. So to the final 2, it's going to be us against each other. So I might as well take you out now while I have a 30-second advantage.
Yeah.
You know, like when it's even.
I just think that 30-second advantage without knowing what you got a 30-second advantage in, that was just the part that just didn't work out for, because if I would have saw that I wouldn't be putting no clocks and rolling, whatever that stuff they had, the gears. I'm not doing that.
Shoot,
no, right. And the 30-second advantage in a game like that doesn't mean anything. Like that, because that doesn't mean anything. If you had a 30-second advantage with the slingshot and the elves, that counts for something.
Yeah.
Like, and that's where he definitely should have gotten to pick which challenge he was doing. You know, because like this gears thing, 30 seconds didn't mean nothing. That just gives you enough time to kind of look around, like do whatever. Like, dang,
get your little pieces together.
Exactly. Figure out what sizes I got going on here. 30 seconds ain't nothing in a competition like that.
They should, if they were gonna do that, they should have been 30-second advantage for the slingshot, and they should have at least gave him a couple of gears or something where they should be placed or something. I don't know.
No, I will say I like the fact or something. I like the fact that the first competition or whatever didn't really dictate things. Like it gave them an advantage, but it wasn't like a guarantee to the final Santa's or the final bit of Reindeer Games or whatever. Like it's a slight advantage. Is it enough to dominate? No, but it's still an advantage. And did he have a 30-second advantage? He still did. Yeah. So Nicole just beasted the puzzle.
It's just funny. It's funny that he like chose who he thought was the weakest player and lost to them. And it's like he could have chosen Frankie and we might be talking about a whole different outcome right now.
It's just again though, like when you in a situation like this season where if he's not seeing the competitions ahead of time, you have no idea what competition you're going to get. It's not as cut and dry as a normal season. So it's like how educated of a guess can you really make of who your opponent should be, you know?
Right. And you just got to go with I just think, and okay, see, and this is where they probably don't think. Everybody be thinking, let me just go against Nicole because I can beat her. No, you can't. The woman, y'all underestimate her. That is her superpower.
We all underestimated her.
It's wild. Yeah, she even missed it us. Truthfully,
I was not missed it. I've been saying, y'all heard me from the jump.
Why didn't you let me draft her? No, I digress.
Oh, here we go, guys.
I told y'all.
We won't get into it. We won't get into it.
Listen, I knew she was capable of things, but I don't care. I don't want to win if she's the reason why I got it. Sorry, if she's a disgusting human being, and I would not want her on my team. Sorry. She's disgusting.
No, she sucks. She really sucks.
She sucks
I totally agree.
Yikes.
I totally agree. She sucks so much.
I'll take
But I
so
do.
many fucking L's over having her on my team. Sorry.
I do also. I want to ask this though, because I feel like a lot of our decisions from both podcasts were made based on competitions we saw in Big Brother 25 and Big Brother 24, 23, whatever, past seasons, right? Because we felt like competitions were geared towards certain players. It feels like in Big Brother Reindeer Games, all of a sudden, whoever's working on these shows decided, hey,
That's exactly what we wanted.
Yeah. All of a sudden, the people involved in these shows decided, hey, people like this show a lot more if we make the comps actually like equitable. Right. So it's like, I feel like we made our draft choices, our decisions. We came up with our thoughts based on what the comps were in BB25 and prior seasons, and it's like, do you think that going forward you'll change your decisions if competitions are kind of like made in the mold of Big Brother Reindeer Games?
The only caveat to what you're saying that I think I would have is that we also made our decisions based on us believing that the format was strictly comp based and that we didn't know how the social element would play or strategic element would play into this.
Yeah.
And so we were like, well, baby, if they're going to just be doing games and competitions and whoever is last, like we need to make sure we picking the ones that's going to get first.
Right. I think that's really the key thing here too. Yeah, because we made these decisions based on thinking we were not doing anything social, or else there's no world in which I would have like championed a cam draft. Like, let's just be honest. Like I backed that thinking that we weren't doing social. Like we were just playing comps and like we're doing things like OTEV, we're doing things like that. And it's like, well, that don't have nothing to do with how much you like him. Right. And
right.
But that's honestly part of my argument though, is that we base this on physical things, not social things. And but if we knew that the comps were going to be as equitable as they were in this BB Reindeer Games, we might have changed our picks.
The question is though,
or I guess I'm more so thinking comps for me. It's also the social part.
Yeah.
No, I get that, but I think the equitable comps influence the social part of the game. Yeah, like your social game is going to change if all the comps are more equitable than we thought they were going to be. Yeah.
Yes, but I also didn't think that we were going to be making any social decisions at all.
Right.
Like
we didn't know the Naughty and Nice power and like how that was.
I didn't know there was going to be advantage.
I'm so proud of our draft that who are going to be there. We had Brittany and Danielle. We were strategy.
We had social players and strategic players. Okay, so we did low key prepare for it.
Wow.
It wasn't even just
like work out.
It wasn't even just the social piece that we're used to though, because it was even like the reason why Cameron got thrown in anyway was because of that whole thing where everybody ganged up on him. So like there is a social piece too of like it's affecting the way that like people are now gunning for you, not even just in your social relationships, but it's like, all right, well, if this person loses, they automatically get thrown in. So let's all gang up on the same person. Like there were a lot of components to this that I didn't anticipate socially at all.
And while I'm glad they did get Cameron out first, I wish they would have saved that competition for maybe like a second round versus a first round type of deal, because it was just so easy to just pile on. I want to know what you'd have made a couple of decisions so I know who I really need to be targeting.
Yeah, that competition would have gone very differently if that was this Monday instead of the first Monday. Because I think we might have seen a pile on Frankie at that stage.
Yeah.
That actually would have gone like much differently.
Yeah.
Cam was definitely the scapegoat in that situation.
Yeah, because of course everyone's going to take out the new guy,
Right.
Because we don't know you. And I think a lot of them said, we don't know you.
Yeah.
Brittany's like, he looks like he just came off of Big Brother 20. It looks tired, haggard.
And that was really that competition by itself was like the most, like that was the only competition like that of any of these where you could really pile on one person, and to have it as the first competition and still have the newest person in there, I feel like was very unfair. Like that was definitely a competition you should have had halfway through the game, when you still had people in there that could identify the biggest target It's like if that's the first competition, of course everybody else is going to pile on the new guy. Like put that as the midway point of the season competition. That's going to turn out totally differently.
Mm-hmm. Well, even
I think it's more interesting.
Even if it was the second, because like with him going, say it was another competition, and he still went home. Now it's like, oh, who do we pile on? Do we pile on Cody? Do we pile on Frankie? Do we pile on Xavier? Because they all got to go. They all threats. So who are we piling on, and who's gonna be doing the piling?
Right.
Because you got to really show your card. Because by that time they had their little BB16 had their little thing going on. Taylor and them had their little thing going on, and then. It was just pieces over here, pieces over there. So it really would have shown cards and made for interesting.
Yeah.
As long as Cody still failed and lost, I would have been happy about it.
Do you think that we get that kind of a thing in like season 2? Because I will say, like, in defense of that competition and its placement in the game, I do think that it was very good with drawing us in to what this is. Because you said this was competition based, but now we are already seeing a social element. I did think it grabbed me. It's like, wait a minute, this ain't gonna be a thumbs throwaway spin-off.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
right. So I think it served a purpose in the beginning, but I wouldn't want to see that in the beginning again.
I will say I do think it's a perfect competition to bring animosity, where that saw Cody being like, oh, why is Taylor throwing it in mine? And why am I kind of the next one up, where that can kind of just draw some rifts between people.
And it did.
Right. So maybe it was good to kick it off that way.
Maybe it was. Maybe we didn't talk about that.
Listen, if that's going to be an early competition, like one of the first, then I still stand by being like, I wish Cameron wasn't part of this then. Like,
right.
Yeah.
It should have been Rachel.
It should have been a different player, a more
so different, right?
Right, a more. No, and I get the whole thing about like, oh, BB25 just happened, so you want to get the fans that watch BB25 to be interested in BB Reindeer Games. I get it, I get that whole thing, but like, I feel like it takes away from the competition. Like, if you take Cameron out of that and you put somebody like Rachel Riley in there, that whole competition is way more wide open. People are showing their cards immediately in the first competition, and it makes it more exciting. It's like, if you have Cameron in there, who, he did win America's Favorite Player in BB25, but especially on Twitter, he was not that well liked. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you take him out, you put somebody from an earlier season in that position, and you put the exact same game in to start the season, that competition turns out way differently.
Yep.
I think what they need to do and what they could have done instead of Cameron, like you mentioned, that whole viewer recency bias, if they would have just been like on the finale night when they told us about Tiffany, Derek, and Jordan, and they were like, and we have a legend come back, Rachel Riley will be back. We'll stay tuned for the other 8 contestants. Like, everybody's like, oh my gosh, Rachel? We love Rachel. We're going to tune in for Rachel. She has tons more followers than Cameron and more support than Cameron. And so it's like, oh, so
I think it's just unlucky on based on like the America's Favorite Player this season. Because imagine if it was like a Tiffany, like if it happened right after the cookout, Tiffany just lost and is like, hey, y'all love Tiffany. Tiffany's coming back. So it's just based on the person. Yeah. I think you need a representative of the latest season. Like, I'm a fan of that. It sucks for them, and I hope that they can't dogpile.
Should have been Izzy.
Okay.
That part.
But so if they do that again, and it seems like that may be what they're going to do, they cannot have a competition like that again, be first.
Yeah.
They just can't. Because it's going to be easy to be like, new kid.
But also, I feel like, I don't know, the people know that Cameron isn't a fan favorite. Like,
they do know that too. That's another thing.
Where
like,
if that was Taylor Hale probably the biggest America's Favorite.
They would have been able to touch her. See, she probably had a fan bad because they said,
y'all going after Taylor first, the Taylor Hale who was just dogpiled on, and y'all dogpiling on her. Oh, people would have been fighting.
She still would have to go for me. I'm sorry. No. You didn't won these people over. Your social game is 2 up there. You too sweet. You got nope. She still gotta go. Y'all gonna have to hate me because I'm coming for the money.
All this, Xavier left.
He did. He lost in
that part, right? So then we had Taylor and Frankie. Frankie.
Frankly.
Frankie, facing off in that little elf one with the slingshot and everything. This one, for me, total nail biter. I didn't know how this one was going to go. Had to knock down the 5 elves that were responsible for stealing something. I don't know what the whole story was.
They broke into the shop, didn't they, or whatever?
Well, this one stressed me out too. This one was really stressing me out too because I had Kyle in my head being like, I already know Frankie wins the whole thing. So I'm like, oh no, I have to watch Taylor go home.
Yeah, I had that in my head.
Like, I'm having like all these emotions about it. And then so when she won, I like lost my damn mind.
Well, that's because of Eric. Eric had shared in another conversation. You had shared that video of Taylor. She was live with somebody and she was like, oh, we're all going to Frankie's after this. And he was like, Frankie won. They're all going to Frankie's because Frankie has $100,000 and the blessings.
But also Taylor did spoil the end because she did say a unfan favorite, like somebody who wasn't a fan favorite won. So it's just like, girl, we knew it was either Frankie and Nicole at that point.
Oh, I didn't know she said that. See, I don't watch that kind of stuff. I pay no attention. I don't.
Well, we didn't know she was gonna say it. It was on TikTok.
Oh, so
I missed that.
Yeah,
or she was on Twitter. Maybe she was on Twitter when she was like, "I'm just gonna say y'all probably aren't gonna be upset with the." I'm like, "Why? Is that in your contract? Can you say that?
Are you allowed to say that?
That feels illegal."
I gotta be honest. I think Taylor is allowed to say whatever she wants. I feel like Taylor gets a lot more leeway than most other Big Brother players, and rightfully so. Because she's like universally loved, so
that is true.
Still feels like she broke a rule.
I think it does just a little bit.
I'm sorry, I don't care anything about all that. Like if I watched that and I had that in my head, I'd be annoyed. I don't want
to at least lie to it. It would be funny if you pull a Hamza. I don't know if you were keeping up in BB.
Please don't remind me of that, man.
Just lie and have people be shocked. Oh my gosh, a fan favorite did win. I don't care. Just make stuff up. Be an unreliable source. I'm a fan of unreliable sources.
But you know what? None of us are Taylor Hale with the Lays, so we don't get to talk.
Right. That is true, friend. That is true.
But Taylor beats Frankie, and then now it's Taylor and Nicole going into the final challenge here in Big Brother Reindeer Games.
This was a doozy.
This was actually wild. You had to now build this little faux Christmas tree out of foam and some other material. I don't know. And then get to the top to rip down the mistletoe. Then you had to go to the 3D maze and get and then
there was a lot
down to the splendid snowflake. I think it was the sacred, right? Not splendid.
The equalizer.
The sacred snowflake. And this one, this really could have gone in any direction. And I have to say, watching this, I was still convinced that Taylor was going to win. I thought she was going to win.
It was getting me when they kept having the ice shattering sound effects. I'm like, I kept to look. I was like, is it really breaking? Like, where they getting all these this unlimited supply of snowflakes?
It broken me.
Oh my god, I want that. I was like, I didn't know you could have snowflakes in unlimited supply like that. But okay, budget. So just sound effects.
But Nicole won.
And what a wild comeback, though. She was behind the entire time.
She did.
I just think the dynamic was funny where right before the comp, Nicole's like, man, Taylor doesn't even have to put up her hair. And I got my messy bun going.
Yeah.
And they get started. Taylor's running when going back like she's FloJo or something like that.
Just in the air, just beautiful as ever.
Nicole got the messy bun.
It was literally 5 minutes of Nicole being like, Taylor's the most perfect and beautiful and lovely human being on the face of the earth. And we were like, yes, she is!
You got something right, Nicole. You got something right.
I do want to give Nicole props in the tree section for going with the whole Superman dive. Where she climbed up, she was behind. She went whoop, 2 hands, yanked down the mistletoe. Because Oh my! If she would have missed that though, that would have been funny.
That would have.
Regardless,
sucked.
it was a good vision.
I wanted her to miss.
Does she lose if she misses?
Probably not.
I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard.
But I think what happened I think when you got down to the snowflakes and you were able to get to your bags, once you got all your bags, you could start seeing, oh, okay, so I need to really start putting these, like Nicole mentioned, I need to put these big ones. They too big and juicy to be on the end. They got to be in the middle so they can support. And then, we didn't really hear Taylor, or at least I didn't hear her talk about how the snowflakes, the weight and distribution and how they need to be put. So
can we acknowledge the fourth bag? Those were the tiniest snowflakes ever. They opened the fourth bag. There was 8 that were like the size of pennies. And they said, boop, boop. Nicole said, boop, boop, boop. All right, I'm done.
Beep, beep, boop.
And I was still thinking like, oh my gosh, maybe there's be a big gust of wind. It'll knock down all of her stuff. Falsas.
I look down at the clock. I'm like, oh, there's 1 minute left. And Taylor's just fell again.
I do that all the time. I'm always looking at my phone like, what time is it?
I always looking at the clock. I think we were talking about that last week when Danielle went home. We were like, oh my gosh, no, there's still time for Taylor or Josh to go home because there's 10 minutes left.
Yeah, because it was, well, that's when I started freaking out when like Brittany was going and I was like, there's so much time.
Oh, man.
And that's that. I guess that's really a wrap on Reindeer Games. Yeah.
Do they bring anyone back for 2?
No. I don't want anybody from this season.
Doubt
back.
it.
Yeah.
We need about 10 seasons before we try to do all-star Reindeer Games.
Santa's best.
I'm thinking we get a whole new cast for Reindeer Games too.
Oh, absolutely.
I hope so.
Do you think any of the elves that were on the season would be brought in for Reindeer Games 2.0?
Like to play.
At least. Right, oh, that's what you're saying.
Right, with Tiffany, like I feel like I would love to see Tiffany play Reindeer Games.
Oh, big time.
Like actually play.
Saying the opposite thing, because I can see them like bringing Nicole back as an elf or something, like because she was the winner,
Yeah. Well, I don't care about the elves.
That's fine.
I'm talking about who's gonna play.
He said the elves they give nothing for me. They do nothing for me.
Yeah. I want to see. Would Tiffany come back as a player? You think?
I think she would. Bring Big D, please. Bring Big D, so this man can play in another game. Okay, CBS, quit doing him like that. So let him play. Let him.
He wants to so bad.
And I want this to go onto the record. If y'all see this, I need y'all to screenshot this and tell Big D I wanted to see him on this show so he can play this game again and send it to CBS. Quit playing with this man.
Yeah, it did surprise me. He had tweeted something like obviously like during Reindeer Games about how he is the only member of the cookout not invited to come back to something.
He has been.
Although
is that true?
I can't say that I've seen Chada on anything.
She was invited to be on Challenge USA, but she declined.
Oh, she declined. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Like, but otherwise, yeah, everyone else has been invited to something and has shown up in something else, and he is the only one who has not.
Right.
Yeah, let him get something. Maybe he can be in the Big Brother Spring Fling when we have the Easter Bunny come out.
Oh my God! Not this Spring Fling. Okay.
I just wanted to keep up the puns and the alliteration.
Can we do a quick run through? Each person right now name 3 people they'd love to see on the next Reindeer Games.
Who we starting with?
Oh God.
Gina.
Well, I need a second.
God.
Yeah, we all need to think.
Moment of silence, please. Okay. Okay, so one person.
I could take over. I could try to go first.
All right, thanks, Eli.
I have 3 women on the list. Well, one I'm gonna get jumped over. Eric knows what's coming. I'm a Ashley Ayoko feed from BB14, the blonde.
They like
I love me some Ashley Ayoko. But more seriously, I think Vanessa would be fun. I know just a little bit of strategy. Right. Is this a type of game for her? I want to see her in the actual Big Brother, but if that's the best we can do, I know she's a mom of multiple kids, right? I don't remember.
She got a couple cheering.
But
okay.
My last name, just thinking about random names, Jessica Milagros popped into my mind. I feel like positive. I think she's
Jess,
cool to see again.
Jess Milagros. Yes.
Milagros. Yes.
That's a good one. Oh,
I'm going. I'm gonna go Dan Giesling. Okay.
I think 3 ain't enough.
Okay, I'm gonna go Dan Giesling. I'm gonna go. Who else? I haven't even really thought this through. I just started talking.
That was me. I'm like, there's so many people from far back I could have pulled, but I'm like, I'll just start talking.
Matt says Rainy Rockstar Michael Bruner.
I think Michael is a highlight name. He's somewhat the only other 23 person outside of Joseph.
24.
That 24, my bad.
Michael's
I think I'm gonna pick Dan Giesling. I also feel like Davon should be on this.
You talking about Dan Giesling?
Don't rush him. He just said Davon. He just said Davon.
He did. Best friend. That's best friend. I'm gonna tell him like, we want to see you on the Reindeer Games, sis.
Dan Giesling. He's a legend. Let's bring Davon back. And then who else? One more. If anyone else has any other names, start throwing them out. I'm gonna think of my last person. I've named 2. So
Natalie says Matt, Joseph, Rachel, Tiffany, Michael, Dan, Janelle, Kylan, Caitlin, and Bailey.
You know what? Okay, I already said Tiffany. I already said I wanted Tiffany on this, so I'll say Dan Giesling. Yeah, Dan Giesling. Who was the second person I said? I can't remember anymore.
Davon, period.
Dan Giesling, Davon, Tiffany. Those are my 3.
Okay, I'll go. Rachel, love Rachel. I want to say Devon because I love say Devon, but you already said it, so I want to do different stuff. So like, I want to feel like we building the whole cast over here. I was gonna say Felicia. Okay, come on. Yes, I would love to see Felicia in there. I already said Big D, so I don't need to mention him. And I would like to see as well. Let me go through the recesses of my mind.
I'm like trying to think back.
From all these different seasons. I don't like so many of these people. So I guess it shouldn't be that hard. And I will say, so I got Rachel. Now you done made me forget. I got a forgetting spirit now too.
See, that's what happened to me. That's what happened to me. I was like, I'm naming people, and then I can't even remember them.
Felicia and Kaser.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
Okay, sure.
Wow. Nice. I like it.
Uh-oh.
My thing.
Who's coming?
I want Janelle. I always want Janelle back. I like Janelle.
I know it.
I also would like to see Jesse, Mr. Spectacular.
Oh,
really?
Yep.
I could do without.
I think he'd be a very good time.
The pecs are spectacular.
He fits on the spinoff.
Hard. Yeah, he absolutely fits on the spinoff. Come on, like he was a major player. Like
he came back for Pandora's Box like 4 times.
Yeah, like come on, he absolutely counts. We already said Rachel.
Arrow needs another check. Put Victor in there.
Nobody from the same household in back-to-back seasons.
No, we're done. We're done. Thank you. We're done with the Franzel household.
I love how we call it the Franzel household, like she don't have his last name.
Mr. and Mrs. Franzel. They can
Mr. and Mrs. Franzel.
They can stay home. The third person is like hard. The third person's hard.
Yeah, I have 2. I can't figure out my third.
Ooh.
Honestly, now this person,
it's
very divisive. But I would throw in a vote for Andy Herron.
I don't like him.
Okay, all right.
Good TV.
I don't hate it.
Good TV. Yeah.
All right.
That would end BB15 being shunned and put in their corner. Andy would have to say
really
that
should be shunned. It was a terrible, terrible season, but like the reason why it was terrible actually wasn't Andy's fault, in my opinion.
I mean, he was complicit, so
He was, but not like Miss Amanda, not like Miss Gina Marie. You know,
how you forget that? We don't shouldn't say her name. She don't need no more airtime. The Wicked Witch of the A.
Kyle, you're a Paulie fan on the challenge. What do you think about Paulie coming? Natalie was talking about Paulie for Big Brother Reindeer Games. Would you be in favor of that?
No.
Wow, all right.
You don't like Natalie?
Fine.
I like Paulie, but he can come to the challenge. I don't really. I'm done with him in the Big Brother environment.
I mean, Cody got to be on the first.
Again, if you have the same last name or live in the same household, you cannot come on back-to-back season.
Right, and I also would not have requested for Cody to come back. Like that's not an argument for Paulie to be here. Like that's
if anything, they should have Paulie instead of Cody.
No, I know. Right. Well, that's what I mean. That's
but like at this stage.
Well, that's what I mean, though. If Cody was allowed, why shouldn't Paulie be on the next season?
But Cody shouldn't.
I didn't say he couldn't be, but that he's not part of my 3.
Fair. Very fair. Very fair.
Like, you know.
It's the last but not least, Miss Gina Martinez.
I have 2. I can't think of my 3rd.
Girl, you had all this time.
This is always Gina. This is always Gina.
Never wants to give a full answer.
Never wants to give a full answer.
Can we calm down? My God. Okay, so
everybody's very calm.
Definitely, Michael is one of mine. Michael Brunner.
I don't really need to see him anymore.
Oh, see, I really like Michael.
He'd be fun on this. He'd be fun on this.
My second one, I'm honestly really surprised Kyle didn't say. Christian Birkenberger. I need to see back on one of these shows. Bring Christian back.
Like Christian. I do. Christian's a good one. Golden Retriever.
Retriever.
I would easily bump Andy for Christian. I don't know why.
I'm honestly shocked you didn't say it. I was waiting for you to say it.
I also would agree with Natalie. I would also take Caleb over Andy.
Cowboy Caleb.
Beast mode cowboy.
Some of those things we did when we had like cast lists in front of you, like you know.
Well, I have a list. Oh, Brendan. Yeah, I love Brendan, but Rachel coming, so I need to see them play without each other.
Right. I would rather Rachel over Brendan. Like he can come later.
He can come not the next season after Rachel, but there's maybe a season or 2 after. Again, same household, not in the same back-to-back seasons.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Riley.
Ian, oh my gosh, Ian.
I don't think he'd come back. I think
actual person I think they bring back is Casey. Yeah. I think they bring back Casey. I think
they probably would. Yeah.
For the furniture games, absolutely, she'd win.
What about Cliff? Cliff Hogg.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
I don't even want to see Furniture Casey.
But from that season, David Alexander, the BB All-Star that we all love.
Let this man know peace.
Listen, how about he knew what he was doing and he started posting his pictures in LA and everybody said, "Oh my, I know good well he is not on these reindeer." Before we got the full cast, they was pissed because he was like, "I'm in LA," and that was around the time they get ready to start filming, and everybody thought he was. They was about to be pissed. They said, "Who does he got dirt on in production?" The fact that
he keeps coming back.
Oh, Ovi. Ooh, actual name. Instead of Ashley, I can Ashley stays on my list, but Libra as well. Just more BB10 representation.
Libra.
I thought about Libra. I think it was Natalie that said, or Matt. One of them said Rennie.
Matt said Rennie. Yeah.
If we're gonna do all that though, like why can't we have Jerry back? Jerry's been trying to play Big Brother for the longest.
He just better.
Yeah, I would love to have Jerry in.
Yeah.
I think.
Al said Miss Butterbeans, Jasmine.
No.
And she about to break her ankle again and ruin Christmas.
Right.
For the holiday hoedown with Santa Claus and his elves. No.
Can y'all kick me backstage? I don't want to deal with any Jasmine talk. I'm sorry. I'm just an anti-Jasmine for some reason.
Yeah. No. So
I don't want her in the diary room.
He's in like that's a hot take.
It's honestly I gotta be funny. It's kind of funny to me that we have this negative a reaction to Jasmine, and I feel like we didn't even have this kind of reaction to Nicole Fragile. Which really says something about Jasmine, I think.
Jasmine was that was the R's. I can't take it. I just can't do it, y'all. Because you don't even talk like that. Stop.
Just gave me a chill.
Ooh.
Yuck.
Unlike Blue, who is always authentic in the DR.
They don't need to bring nobody. If you only people from 25 that you need to bring back is Felicia. Serena not coming back, so don't even put her in there.
Yeah.
I like
AmeriCorey. One of AmeriCorey.
They gonna try it too. Oh my god.
I gotta tell you, I don't want to see AmeriCorey ever again. Ever again.
Damn.
And I have to tell you too, I do think Suri would come back for like a 2-week thing like this.
I think she's out.
6 episodes. But here's the thing. I think that Suri, she's played Survivor 4 times. She played the Traitors in 1. She came on to Big Brother. I don't know if Suri would ever go on reality TV again unless it was something as short as this. 2 weeks, 6 episodes. Like I could see Suri in like a couple of years being like, yeah, I'll do Big Brother Reindeer Games.
Okay, I get what you after. It's gonna be a minute before she do something else again.
Yeah, I think she'll take a break. But like, if there's anything that Suri would appear on again in reality TV, I think it would be this sort of thing. 2 weeks, 6 episodes at most. She might only be on for a couple episodes if people get her out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I feel like it's most likely that she would do something like this again than anything else in reality TV.
Well, she did say she want to do Amazing Race. So other than that,
honestly, put Izzy on. Give me Izzy.
But it's just I don't think she has enough pool.
And Heisem was a big name. It was people were saying it's either Heisem or Cameron from this season.
Mm-hmm.
But just back to the 3 point. If anything, if she don't come, she would come back as an elf.
Sure.
Maybe something.
No,
quick,
sure. Never mind.
She don't like costumes. Never mind.
That's fair. I totally agree. But I mean, like, this is the same type of thing. Like, whether she's a player or an elf or whatever, like, this is the only thing she'd come back for. Like, a very short appearance.
Something really
a few episodes. Mm-hmm. Like, whether it's as a competitor or as like a co-host or whatever, like, I could see this being the perfect sort of thing for Suri to be a part of.
Yeah, later on. Okay. We might as well should have just drafted us a magic cast, like a little fantasy cast, where we done went through all these. Oh man. I
gotta go to bed, y'all.
Understandable.
Oh my god, it's midnight y'all time, ain't it? We can talk.
Yeah. And look, this has been a real bad 24 hours. I gotta get the hell out of here. What does A Who All Gonna Be There got going on? Because now Big Brother Reindeer Games is over, Survivor's over. Mm-hmm. Y'all on hiatus? What y'all doing?
We are so we need a much needed break. This has been a very tempestuous summer, going into the fall and winter. And so we are taking a mini break, but we will be back. If not for the entire season of Traitors, we will pop in and do some episodes on the Traitors season 2. But for now, this will be our last podcast until the new year. And then obviously we'll be back February 28th for Survivor 46. We'll be back March 5th for BB Can 12. So until then, just watch our socials at A Who All There on Twitter and IG. And of course, following us on YouTube and subscribing at A Who All Gonna Be There podcast. So make sure those notification bells are on so you'll know when we're coming.
Indeed. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us for this entire thing. This has been an absolute blast. This has really been it's really made my holidays much brighter.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you all so much. It's been an absolute pleasure to join y'all for these, and it's been so fun.
It's been great. A lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a no-brainer when it was they're gonna do cheesy Big Brother Reindeer Games. Why not do it with our besties? It's the season of cheer and being jolly and collaboration and just a good time, fun time. And I think that's exactly what it's.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And I feel like we're all on the same page because we definitely need a break too, which might make it perfect for like the traders, because like if we all are just in the mood to talk about it, if we're watching it anyway, like maybe we could just do a fun loose stream about it. But like we definitely all need a break on both podcasts.
Y'all been working like y'all was in Santa's sweatshop. Okay. I mean, y'all done did 5 different shows in one night. Like, oh my god.
And we were doing Australia, talking to people on the other side of the world. So
y'all in Australia, y'all in the UK, y'all in Brazil, y'all in Afghanistan, y'all in Portugal, y'all was all over the place. I mean, kudos to y'all.
Oh, there's a lot of love here. Thank you, Trees. We love you too, babe. Loves Gina. It's got nothing for John. But Natalie says
nobody likes me. Apparently, no one likes me.
Well, as you can see, it's past midnight, so today is now about me. So
that is right. Happy birthday!
Oh yeah, happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
That is very fun. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a little salty here. Not one person said my name.
No. I think
that's right. You were getting questions that were just for you when you were having a whole conversation in the chat. So, like, there's enough love for you. There's enough love for you. So what do we have? We have the challenge next week on the 28th. We're doing last night's episode and what will be next week's episode. Like, we're doing 2 in one night. That'll be my birthday eve. So I better get the birthday comments too.
Yes.
Like, lots of birthday eves. Lots of birthday eves. December is lit.
When's your birthday, John? Yours is the last month, wasn't it?
Mine was October 30th, day before Halloween.
Day before Halloween. Oh, because we're the October birthdays. That's right.
That's right. And then after that, other than the challenge, we don't have anything going on either. Just kind of nice. We will be doing Australian Survivor. That kicks off February 5th. We do not have a streaming schedule for that, but you can find it when we're ready for it on our socials at Strat Chat Pod. And that's it, right? We're good. Everybody's happy.
We're living our life like it's golden.
All right, Jill Scott. All right, we are out of here. Thank you all for hanging with us. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, whatever it is you celebrate, as long as you are doing so with the ones you love and in a happy manner. And like, we're done. Thank you so much.